Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction, audiofiction, and this has been a special request for Aisha's birthday, so this one has been called a birthday surprise, and this is part 2. There will be a part 3. I just can't stop writing this one, so make sure you look out for that one. This week it's going to be a bonus session, so yeah, keep a lookout for that one, and I hope you enjoy. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. Okay, if you don't know what to say Adrien's birthday or happy birthday Adrien. Okay, enjoy. A Birthday Surprise, Part 2, Marinette's POV. Adrien: in that case, could we plan the cozy night for Sunday? A perfect way to finish a birthday weekend with you. If you don't have plans already, that is. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Marinette's eyes widened at her screen and for a split second had stopped breathing. He wants to spend an entire weekend with her? He's asking for a second date before he even knows he'll enjoy the first? Then the thought flashed into her mind. She was starting it with a lie. What would he think when he turned up in the morning and Uncle didn't call? No, she couldn't start this relationship, them dating, with a lie, if it meant it stopped before it began. She took a deep breath. It had taken a while to process her thoughts. Perhaps he had fallen asleep or... Okay, just do it. Marinette: I would love that. We could make a pillow fort and watch some films. Ideal for a Sunday. But, Adrien, I have a confession. Would this be better if she did it to his face? But that would be after he arrived. At least this way he could choose not to come by accident. She pressed send. Oh no. Adrien: what's wrong? You know you can tell me anything, Marinette. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Marinette: I wanted to invite you around for breakfast, but I didn't think you would want to come if I asked for me, so I lied. I said my uncle was calling. I thought your father would allow you to come to practice your Mandarin, but he's not calling. I'm really sorry I lied earlier, and I don't want you to feel that you have to come if you don't want to. I would love you to come for breakfast, blueberry waffles, but I understand if you don't want to now. Kiss, kiss, kiss. She quickly pressed send and noticed that she had rambled like she did it to his face. Oh, there was no way he would agree to that. One thing Adrien hated was liars. Well, she'd been on a sort of date with Adrien for a few hours. Oh, please say something. Adrien: I'm sorry that you thought I wouldn't want to come if you asked me, but I think part of me kind of knew about your uncle in some sort of way, as he had good understanding of English in Shanghai. I would love to still spend my birthday with you, starting with blueberry waffles and ending on Sunday evening in a pillow fort. I really like you, Marinette, and I hope you feel that you can ask me anything from now on. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Marinette let out an enormous sigh, feeling that she could breathe again. He had forgiven her. He still wanted to date her. He really liked her. Happy tears filled her eyes as she gripped tight onto the phone and let out a controlled squeal not to wake Tiki, who had finally gone to sleep. What should she say? I love you? Or I really like you? Yeah, she didn't want to scare him off before. Love might be too big of a word for now, especially over a text. No, Love was a word you said to the face. One day. Marinette, thank you for your understanding. You really are kind and thoughtful. I can't wait. To be honest, not sure how I'm going to sleep. And Adrien, I really like you too. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Her blushing cheeks hurt with a grin that was now constantly glued to her face. How is this possible? She had told him, well, kind of, how she felt after years of going back and forth. It was now 1 a.m. He would be here in over 6 hours. How was she meant to sleep? Adrien, can't wait to see you in a few hours, but I better try and get some sleep. The sweetest of dreams, Marinette. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Marinette, you too, Adrien. Kiss, kiss, kiss. She turned round and placed her phone onto charge and triple-checked her alarm to go off every 10 minutes, starting from 6 a.m, so she had time to make sure everything was perfect. Marinette, wake up! Tiki shouted next to Marinette's ear, waking her from her dream she was having, a magical date with Adrien. Tiki, what is it, an Akuma? No, you slept through your alarms, and I've been shouting at you for the past 10 minutes. Adrien will be here at any moment. Oh no, blast. Maybe he'll be late. She scrunched up her face, not believing it herself. She grabbed her phone. It was 7:30. She had 30 minutes to get ready and set up the kitchen. She noticed a message from him, and the conversation she had last night flooded her thoughts and brought a smile to her face that would outshine a summer's day. Adrien, morning. Hope you slept well. I'm going to be leaving soon. Do you need me to bring anything? Kiss, kiss, kiss. He had sent it 20 minutes ago. Oh, blast. What if he thought she had regretted it, or slept in like she had, or the magic had disappeared between them? Marinette. Morning, birthday boy. Nope. Got everything sorted. Only need you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh no. Was that too bold? Okay, time to focus. Need to get ready. She gave her phone one last stare, waiting to see if he texts back. Nope, focus. And check back soon. Last night, during the messaging, she had designed a little birthday banner for him and searched out some remaining balloons she had left over. Time to decorate. Her parents were downstairs in the bakery for the morning deliveries. Tiki, would you mind getting the space ready for Adrien whilst you get ready? Yes. It will cost you, Marinette, 1 jar. A jar of cookies? That's a lot of cookies, Tiki. But it's a deal. Thank you. Marinette gave her little friend a tickle before darting around the room, grabbing a towel and her clothes. As she made her way down the stairs, she noticed the space was already decorated. I was careful. No one saw. But when I couldn't wake you... Thank you, Tiki. You're amazing, you know that. I'm proud of you, Marinette, for being bold today, no matter what. They beamed at each other as Marinette quickly ran into the bathroom. She felt giddy. Every inch of her was twitching with excitement. She picked out the special coconut and shea butter shampoo and felt her nerves grow butterfly wings in her stomach. She placed on a simple pink A-line dress that would go with the usual jacket and rubbed the towel against her damp hair as the door knocked. Oh no. Was he here? She wasn't ready. She glanced around the kitchen. Tiki had done a great job. She might have to pay her in 2 jars of cookies. She jiggled on the spot, taking a deep breath as another knock sounded out. She glanced behind her, making sure Tiki was hidden. She had managed a little makeup, but her hair was down and damp. She would need to make time before they headed out. Okay, deep breath. She felt like she was going to be sick with the amount of nerves filling her gut. She opened the door and there he was, smiling at her, with a light blush on his cheeks. Hey. Morning, Birthday morning. No, stop flustering over your words. I can do this. Come in. She took a step to the side, opening up the doorway for him to slide past her. He stopped in front of her. The blush in his cheeks was growing darker and felt hers doing the same. You look beautiful, Marinette. Thanks. You too. Handsome. Okay, what do they do now? Shake hands? Kiss? Cheek? Hug? Lips? The awkward moment was overtaken as Adrien noticed the banner and balloons decorating the space with all the ingredients for the waffles laid out and his present with a green bow standing out. He took a step forward in silence, his head shifting from one element to another. Wow! Marinette! Happy birthday! You like it? It's amazing! Perfect! Thank you. Without warning, he turned round and flung his arms around her and squeezed her tight. I love it. He breathed into her ear. She mirrored his tightness, her right hand brushing down his back in a soothing manner. No one has ever. He withdrew from the hug slightly, and she could tell there was a shadow hanging over his day, overcasting his sunshine. Marinette knew in that moment this special boy who meant the world to her would get the birthday he had always dreamt of. No holding back. She leaned in and kissed him lightly on the cheek, taking him by surprise. I'm glad you like it. Shall we make some breakfast? She retracted out of his embrace and gestured for him to step into the kitchen. And coffee, please. For some reason, I didn't get much sleep last night. He rubbed the back of his neck and gave her a smirk. Oh, what does she say to that? Why was it so much easier to type a message instead of saying it to his face? Come on, be bold. I really enjoyed talking to you last night. She glanced sideways at his face. Yeah, me too. It was his turn to feel awkward. Marinette let out a chuckle, breaking the tension. Shall we? Birthday waffles and a large coffee coming up. She popped a blueberry from the bowl into her mouth and then automatically offered them to Adrien to try and noticed his inner sunshine was glowing. Oh, they're good. So, what would you like me to do, chef? Marinette got Adrien to measure out the correct amount as she mixed the ingredients together and felt everything relaxing between them. She placed on a Taylor Swift playlist on random, bobbing up and down to the beats as each track played. They worked well together, stealing glances at each other, their hands brushing against each other, but never lingering. Marinette pressed down on the waffle maker. There. It should take about 5 minutes, and then I think we'll have the best blueberry waffles. Do you want extra fruit on them, or yogurt, or cream? No, what about maple syrup? She stopped talking when his hand rested on top of hers as she clung onto the fridge door, encouraging her fingers to rest into the palm of his hand instead. If we have 5 minutes, will you dance with me, Marinette? He held out a hand as one track drifted onto the other. Really? Here? Marinette twirled a strand of hair around her finger, darting her gaze across the room, unable to keep it on him. Why not? If you want to, that is. He began retracting his hand when she suddenly placed hers in his, as she rolled her bottom lip whilst producing a smile that reached her eyes. "I'd love to. This is all. I didn't think, Adrien, you..." Words fumbled out of her mouth. "Come on." He pulled her closer, wrapping his arms around her waist as he leaned his head against hers. Was she dreaming? Was she dancing with Adrien in a kitchen at 9 a.m. whilst waiting for blueberry waffles? "I've been hoping for another chance in New York, but it never seemed to work out, so sometimes you have to..." The lyrics filtered between them. "'Cause I see sparks fly whenever you smile. Get me with those green eyes, baby. As the lights go down, give me something that will haunt me when you're not around. 'Cause I see sparks fly when you smile." They rocked back and forth on the balls of their feet, his head slowly wandering out of her neck, cheeks brushing against each other. Her stomach dropped as the cheeky timer went off and the spell was broken. "Waffles are ready." Their hands dropped as she took a step back. "They smell amazing." "You've done a great job, Marinette." Adrien stood next to her, holding out a plate to place them on. "You mean we did a great job? It was teamwork." She grinned at him, noticing a thought drift across his face for a brief second, and then he was back in the room. "Do you want to put them on the table with the toppings, and I'll put another 2 on?" She ladled in the mixture and then reset the chicky timer. "Sure. Thank you for doing all this, Marinette, for my birthday and our first date. It feels pretty special already." "Wait, I forgot. Your present. I can't believe..." She spun round and took a gigantic step to the side, grabbed the parcel, almost losing her balance, and then turned in the space of a few steps, making it look like a strange dance. "Happy birthday, Adrien. Again." She kept her head low and stole a glance at his expression through her eyelashes, darting her gaze upward. "You didn't have to, Marinette. This," he gestured to the food and decorations, "would have been more than enough." His eyes locked onto hers for a split second, causing him to lose his train of thought. "I started to make your present a while ago now, before this, so it's nothing. Open it, please." She watched him rub the green ribbon between his thumb and forefinger before pulling it free. "Please, please." She twisted the paper napkin into one long strip to stop her hands from jumping around. He lifted the lid off the box and his eyes widened as his mouth remained in an open position. "You can be honest with me. If you don't like it, that would be..." "Marinette!" His hand landed firmly on hers amongst the destroyed napkin. "This is... words don't... I love..." He glanced at their hands, fingers rubbing side by side, smiling and giving her a tight squeeze before taking it back to hold the gift up. "You made this for me?" Gravity helped to unfold the black leather jacket out in front of them. "I know you're a fan of Ladybug and Chat Noir, so I added little details into the stitching, the zip and the hidden elements." She pointed to each aspect and the tiny ladybugs she had hand-stitched that were hidden across the jacket. "This must have taken..." "Not that long. I got the idea about 2 months back at the start of term, but I added in the fleecy liner last night when I noticed how cold you seemed at lunch." With her focus darting around the room, unable to hold his stare any longer, she failed to notice Adrien leaning towards her until his hands cupped her face, forcing her attention to land on him. Her breathing slowed, but her heart raced, hammering out the remaining breath. He tilted his head to the side. Was he going to kiss her? At the last moment he shifted to the side, his lips landing on her beetroot cheek, lingering there. He edged closer. They both jumped when the cheeky timer went off again. Blast that thing! His hands dropped as she climbed to her feet. The kitchen filled with the scent of vanilla, jammy blueberries and sugar as she lifted the lid to the second batch. Without needing to ask, he held out the plate with the first two still untouched. We had better eat before these get cold. He sat back down, rubbing the back of his neck. Marinette, he said, flustered. You're special. Today is special. What I mean to say, she took a deep breath. You mean a lot to me, Adrien, and I'm glad. She took a seat next to him at the table. What would you like to do after breakfast? She placed one waffle on his plate and the others on hers. I have some ideas if you... Yeah, that would be good. What were you thinking? She picked up the fruits first, followed by the squirty cream and then the maple syrup, offering each to Adrien in turn. There's a seasonal makers market down by the sand today, including food stalls where we could grab a coffee or a hot chocolate, and then there's a showing of Whiskers Away at 1 p.m. We have to be somewhere at 4 p.m, but there is plenty of time. That all seems perfect to me, Marinette. He blushed and then gave her a light smile as she giggled at his gesture, edging closer. Where do we need to be at 4? You're such a dog. And it's a surprise, okay? Somehow his shat pun brought out a hint of Ladybug as she went to push him back in a flirtatious manner. Whatever you say, Marinette. And these waffles are good, as I thought they would be. He moved his attention back to the food. They spent the rest of the breakfast and the clean-up afterwards chatting back and forth, talking about sewing or manga or anything that popped into their minds. Just before it was time to leave, Adrien lifted the leather jacket out of the box and slipped it on. Its tailored form fitted him exactly as he did a little spin in front of Marinette's mirror, admiring all the details and doing a couple of model poses. She let out a light laugh. I keep forgetting I have model Adrien in my room instead of my classmate Adrien. She didn't know how to finish it. Was he still a friend? Date? Or potential boyfriend? We had better head off. She placed her shoulder bag on, taking a quick peek inside, checking for Tiki, who was already fast asleep. She went to place her hair into her usual pigtails when he stopped her, holding her hand out for hers. You look stunning with your hair down. Not that you don't with it up, it's just nice to see this different side to you, too. She placed the baubles into her bag and slipped her hand into his. The electricity she had felt yesterday lunchtime had returned, forming a broad grin on both their faces. Shall we? They made their way down the stairs and out the back door into the crisp autumn day. The weak sunshine dappled through the remaining golden red leaves on the trees as their feet kicked up the carefully placed heaps of fallen ones arranged down the sidewalk. He squeezed her hand as he skipped down the path, not paying anyone a notice. This was their city, cutting down the side streets, ambling past the tourists taking pictures and glancing up at the rooftops hoping to spy a glimpse of Ladybug and Chat Noir. Not today, she crossed her fingers. After another 5 or 10 minutes walking, they saw the large wheel that mimicked the look of a fairground ride, out in front of them, and rows of stalls covered in an arrangement of goods, from handcrafted foods to hats, scarves, bags, jewellery, and a few artists. Thank you for bringing me here, Marinette. It's a part of Paris I don't get to see. If it's not a photo shoot or school or classes, then I seem to miss out on these elements. Well, she tried on an oversized hat, doing a model pose, making Adrien laugh. My birthday promise to you is to make sure you don't miss out again. Either trips like these, or curled up watching a film with a hot chocolate, or anything else. Without saying a word, she became lost in his green eyes that displayed a hint of pain, like they had done the day before, and wondered what his life was like when she wasn't around, and wanted so much to protect him from that feeling again. Marinette, for the first time in a long while, you make me feel lucky that I get to spend my birthday with you, someone who is sweet, kind, and I really like, who I am starting to fall for. His free hand brushed her cheek before gliding down onto her shoulder, pulling her in closer, unaware of the people passing them by as they hid their faces under the broad rim hat and sharing their first kiss. Thank you for listening to part 2 of A Birthday Surprise, Miraculous Fanfiction. Make sure you look out for part 3, because I just can't seem to stop writing this one. So look out for part 3, that's coming very soon. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already for all the other series and one-shots and everything, and so you don't miss out, and comment down below. And if you don't know what else to say happy birthday, Adrien. Okay, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.